Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Retail Investing and Trading. And in today's video, I'll go over a short. This video will be short, and I'll go over again. I will go over how to read a trend because I got into some kind of a short discussion. It's not a bad discussion, it's actually a positive discussion towards learning about how to read a trend on a Twitter. And here's actually one chart. I hope that the Twitter member that I've been following and the member has been following me would not mind, but this is I think the best way for somebody to learn how to properly read a trend chart. Okay, so if you take a look at a screen in front of us, you can see that the members started learning and marked this point right here. I will put it in green as a starting point. Yeah, and then he said that this is initial structure high, which would then this would mark it as a outside return. Now already here I cannot see good enough because it's a little bit zoomed out, but either this or this point here is whichever point is lower, whichever wick is lower will be our outside return, and this outside return will become the outside return only when we get this initial structure high. Okay, so that's it. And then we have another outside return which will become the outside return only when we get this new structure high here. And all the way to this point, the analysis of a trend was absolutely correct. Okay, and then the friend of mine, the Twitter member, marks this as the outside return, which is one of the things that I mentioned in my trend reading video. Uh, which would be correct, is not correct, but would be correct in case that after this price point we got a new higher high here. Not just higher high, but just and not just higher high, but higher high and higher close. We need a candle that would close above the highest high of this candle that formed here. But as we didn't get this, or at least I don't see it on this chart, I think that this here is a candle that is the same height as this one. We can delete this. That's how it looks to me based on the rectangle that is drawn here. Our previous outside return stays this here. Okay, and this is just sideways moving within a bullish trend. And then this point right there, I will mark it with red because this is our first learning mistake, is not a outside return violation because this is our outside return. This here is not outside return because we didn't get a higher high, higher close. Then this cannot be a previous outside return violation, but this is our outside return and our lowest point, so we need to focus on this point right there. So then the price starts moving down and violates our previous outside return. When it does, I'll start using the red color. Then it becomes initial structure low, which is correct. This becomes our initial structure point here. This becomes our first point move. Then we have our first outside return. This is outside return. Then we have our initial structure low. Then we have our new structure low because I think, at least what I see here, that the price has closed below this. In case that this price did not close below this wick here, then our initial structure low, then our new structure low would be here, and then we would have our confirmed trend here. Okay, but I think it did. So this is our 3-point move, and we have our confirmed bear trend going from bullish to bearish. Okay, and then the price continues with the outside return, which is correct. It creates new structure low, which is correct. And then this here, it's outside return, which is correct. New structure low, which is correct. Outside return, which is correct. new structure low, which is correct, and then this here, outside return, which is correct, then new structure low, which is correct, and then we have, pardon me, and then we have here initial structure high and a violation of a bear trend because this candle here closed above this previous outside return. However, this is another mistake which was made here is this. Price moved up down, came to this point here, and the trader marked it as the outside return. But we don't know that this is going to be the outside return until what happens. This is a thing that I also explained in my video. What needs to happen for the outside return price point to become the actual outside return? We need to get a new high. In this case, a new high because we are in a bear trend violation. So we got initial structure high, and in order for price to make to for this price point to be the outside return, we need to have new structure high, which would then give us this as a starting point, number one, number two, and this number three. Anyway, man, I hope this helps you. I had best intentions in my mind. Also, make sure to check out the video on my channel on how to read a trend. Maybe it can help you a little bit better. And yeah, keep practicing. You're on your good way. You're moving forward, and this is a correct way of moving forward. Take it step by step. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.